like 2011 to like 2015, 2016. And then I came back, you know what I'm saying? I went back home for a little bit and then came back out here. Yeah.
Now let
That's
me ask you
official.
this, man. Is it different living on the coast?
Hell yes. The weather. I never do another winter again.
That's what it
This
is, man.
shit
I'm
like
originally from Ohio.
paradise.
I can't go back to the snow,
Yeah, the
man.
weather like paradise out here, man.
Yeah, that weather back east gets very
Brutal.
tricky and brutal, and it's unpredictable, man. Shit, you be looking for them sunny days and shit. Like here in Cali, like nigga, it's finna be sunny for the next month.
Exactly.
Nigga, on the East Coast, nigga, you get the motherfucking thunderstorm come through, tornado coming up the coast, all kind of shit, man. Weather is very unpredictable.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really unpredictable, man. So you got your start off, correct me if I'm wrong, you got your start off in the game with Busta and them, right?
Yeah, I did.
With Flip Mo, how you run across them cats?
You know, I'm from Long Island, so me and Busta's younger brother went to school together. So, you know, he knew I was nice. So, you know, he told his older brother, he's like, yo, I got this nigga in my school. This nigga's nice, da-da-da. You know, boom, and you just end up making a connection.
And it just happened like that. Cause
Yeah.
Busta, man, Busta got a whole bunch of hits in this catalog, don't he?
Oh, definitely.
Damn sure do.
Now let me ask you this, man, because when you with a dude like Busta, I know a lot of people say that you should never sign with another artist.
Yeah.
Busta has never really had an artist that took off from his camp. Like, you know, he had Spliff. He had some dudes that put some records out, but he had a whole bunch of heat over there.
Yeah.
What you think went wrong with him?
Man, I mean, I can't
Not-
say
you know,
some
this
people
ain't the
did
blame-
take off because, you know, you got Rod Digger.
Yeah, Rod Digger did her thing.
movies. She
Yeah.
wiggled a little bit, you know what I'm saying? She did
Rod
her
Digger
thing.
definitely, she definitely wiggled.
Yeah,
yes.
she wiggled. You know, but then later on, he ended up signing OT Genesis.
Yeah,
So he
OT
got some
Genesis
cats
had
that
records.
pop. You know, he got a few cats that pop. But as far as everybody else, like when I was there with Flip Mode, Busta was at the height of his career. So it's hard for an artist to like walk you through the business when they're at the height and they got so much momentum.
Right.
You got to wake up in the morning and handle the Busta Rhymes business. That's a big enough business. And I was just with him, just soaking up game. I wasn't even really expecting to become a big artist under him. I just knew this was like an internship. That's how I
Definitely.
looked at it. You know what I'm saying? I looked
Yeah.
at it like an internship.
Because
You
it definitely is a
gotta
plus.
be careful when you signing the other artists.
Yeah.
You know, not that they're not looking out for your interest, but it's hard to control that situation when you're still like, I'm coming off the bench. This nigga's still in the game playing. You get me? And I'm expecting to build up my playing time, you know, my minutes.
right.
But it's hard to build up my minutes when the star of the team is still the star of the
ball.
team.
Yeah, he's
You
still
get
shooting
me?
the ball.
Gotta get all the
Yeah,
shots.
my niggas like, they might put me on the floor every night, every other night,
Yeah.
but my niggas still taking all the major shots.
And I
so
gotta say, at that time, if you could have a basketball analogy, Busta was definitely Kobe or LeBron at that time.
Exactly.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Because he coming with some
and
hit
like I
record
said,
bangers,
you
know?
the draft pick.
That's a fact.
So you coming off the bench, you get me? And the record label, you know, is the coach, and they like, we might give you 5 minutes tonight, or we might let you open up tonight, but you know, the star is still, you know, while you still waiting to take your publicity pictures and go on that little run, you know, in the G League,
Busta's competitive.
nigga, he's still playing.
Competitive. So it's like even the artists under him, when you get on a track with Busta, he's still trying to bust your ass. He don't care if because you his artist. Busta getting on the song, he want to outshine your ass. So, but one thing I gotta
It's hard
say
to
about
compete with
Busta
that.
though, if you know anybody that's under him, he believe in him and he will scream your name from the mountaintop. Like with his platform and who he is, and Busta love you and he behind you, he will scream your name from the mountaintop.
Man, he's definitely one of my favorite dudes. You know how they always say, don't meet your heroes?
Yeah.
He's definitely one of the dudes that I met out on the road with my homie High C. Shout out to Crawford. Just cool as hell. And I noticed that, you know how you go on tour and you see each other like at dates, he might not be at the next one, but you see him at the next one, he would always, what's up, brother?
Yes.
You know what I mean? He always just like recognizes a good cat, man. One of the things I was gonna tell you, you know they got a sound now that's called the Griselda sound. And it's not to start no controversies. I love Griselda.
Yeah.
But I think you was kind of like the first one to kind of come with that. When everybody was doing the New York drill stuff,
Yeah.
you kind of was one of the ones that kept it like true to what New York does.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the truth. I mean, it is what it is. They, they know because they came to me to get the sauce early. You know what I'm saying? Like, they first video that popped off, they got like the first million was a feature with me. You know what I'm saying? So, at the time, they was coming up. You know what I'm saying? I'm the type of brother, I feel like if you nice, I'll fuck with you.
Exactly.
I don't feel like competition doesn't intimidate me. I know who I am. So, and I know what I bring to the table. So, as far as like, when I was first starting the whole grind, I didn't think it was going to pop. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't see like later on that I would still be doing this. When I put out my shit, it was like a last ditch effort because the game was so far away from what I do
Right.
at the time. So it was just like, I'm going to just get my shit off real quick and I'm going to do it my way because I felt like even when I was with Busta, I felt like I tried the industry way already. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it like niggas from Hempstead do it. I'm going to bring my shit to the table. You know what I'm saying? I don't want beats from this nigga. I want beats from myself. I know how niggas from my hood sound and I want to bring that shit to the table. So that's, what I'm saying?
And it worked for you.
Yeah, it worked for me.
Authenticity, that's what I tell artists, being authentic to who you are.
Yeah.
Because this man already legendary. It's not going to work you trying to do him because his fans already mess with him. It's not going to work with you trying to be who Snoopy is.
That's right.
You got to do what you is doing. And what I equate your situation to, it's like, because I talk to a lot of the homies in New York, right? And they really love West Coast rap, but they don't want to hear a derivative of it. They really want to hear the bum, 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 in the funk.
Right.
They want to hear, you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think that's what you did for New York.
Yeah, I mean, even with that, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I have my debates with some of my West Coast brothers, like, when we talk about it, boom, 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 boom. To me, that's, where I'm from, that's EPMD.
Exactly.
Yeah, for real.
That's
yeah, EPMD
so
for sure.
I feel like we had a good, like, Long Island niggas, I feel like we had a good hand also in the gangster rap. You know what I'm saying? Because
Oh, definitely. We talked about that on the show. I don't know if you saw that one, but we talked about it on the show. EPMD, definitely.
That was my motherfucking
specifically
heroes.
Long
That's what I'm
Island.
saying.
Specifically Long Island, because I know, Public Enemy, all that shit from my town. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So when Cube left NWA, he recorded in 510 Studios, which is in Hempstead.
Right.
That's the Bomb Squad and all them niggas. So that's where I did my first demo at. So I felt like, you know what I'm saying? Like we always had a sound where I'm from. So that's why I was trying to
Y'all
come from with
definitely
my
had a
shit.
hand
Yeah,
in
you win with
gangster rap.
that though. When you stick to your elements and don't worry about what other niggas is doing, Especially when you come into the industry shit, you feel you gotta bend a little bit just to get in that door. And sometimes that shit don't work. And you just gotta, that's why I've never worried about the position my shit played. Because of course you could have jumped on another lane and tried to go, where other niggas was going if you looked at it as I just gotta get paid, man, and make some money. But I always felt like originality was my key. So regardless of if niggas was doing this type of shit or everybody was trying to, I'm gonna just do shit that I know niggas in my hood or in the hood surrounding, because Compton was a big hood. You feel me? So let me just stick to what I know niggas around the corner like and niggas down the street like and maybe even the enemy like. You get me?
And that'll always go work because that's what he did, that's what you did.
That's right.
You said, I'm going to go back here. And I noticed that people always wind up, I think everybody, because I manage a rapper named Glasses Malone too. And that's what he always talk about when he recorded his first album. He said, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know music. I just knew to go to tune and this person, that person. But I always felt like it wasn't authentic to who I was. It was working and it was wiggling, but it wasn't who I was.
Yeah. I mean, that's important, man. I mean, when it's not coming from, your heart, I think people could see it. It's like when it's like even when you're doing a show, people could see when you're not enjoying yourself, you know what I'm saying, or you're not confident. I feel like it radiates off of you, you know what I'm saying? So when you just stick to your guns, I think that just works just for those reasons right there. 'Cause people could see the authenticity, you know what I'm saying? They could see that it's honest.
Yep, and right now, man, what, you 10 plus years in, ain't you?
10 plus years. I'm like 20 in this
Yeah,
motherfucker.
like 20 plus.
I'm like 20 in this. Yeah.
Damn, time go fast, man.
I'm like
Time
20
go
in
fast
this.
as a motherfucker,
Yeah,
dog.
I'm like 20 in this, yeah.
And you said you never foresaw it going this long?
I didn't, man. I dead ass. When I made my first solo album and I put it out, you know, for a second it was like quiet. Wasn't nothing happening. And next thing you know, it started to pick up like a year later, and people was like, oh, okay, cool. They might be fucking with this. So it was a slow burn. You know, even up to now, like people still discovering me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you know, I'm in it for the long haul. It's a passion.
I think sometimes that's a good aspect though. You know, sometimes niggas come in and I always use the analogy of, you know, sometimes it takes some of us a different road to get to that, you know, wherever we feel is acceptable to us. You get me? Some niggas put out a record and tomorrow nigga shoot to the moon, but then 2 years later niggas is like, what happened to that nigga?
You see a lot of people like that had big records, big massive records.
It's even I feel I'm in that motherfucking class of, cause it's some niggas today, you can go, you know MC Eiht, and they'll be like, nah, who was that? You feel me? And then you show them some shit, and they be like, oh, that's that nigga. It's the slow climb. You get me? But it's what enables you to have that longevity.
That's right.
You get
for
me?
real.
Because motherfuckers is still, like you said, it's motherfuckers still checking for my nigga. You get me? Right. And they like, oh, goddamn, I never heard of this motherfucker. This shit hard as a motherfucker.
And when you first came in, you came in with the physical era. I always like to ask an artist, man, how do you feel about the whole streaming thing?
I'm kind of on the fence about it because I just feel like they not paying us fairly. I don't feel like the splits, they didn't figure that out, you know, but if you're making quality music and people, you know, are fucking with it, you got to look at it. I look at it like real estate, you know what I'm saying? Every project is like a piece of real estate. All right, cool, this album might not be one of the better ones, but, you know, this makes me this much a month. This one was a killer. This one makes this much a month. You know what I'm saying? So I just look at them like real estate. So, you know, with the streaming, it's cool, but that's why I started to, like when I first started to come back after my second win, I started putting my shit up digital downloads. I was doing like 40 for a digital download. So I kind of got that block hot, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, my fans was fucking with it because I just looked at it like, you know what? The money in streaming wasn't sustainable yet because I didn't build up a big enough catalog for it to make me any money. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to put it up for like 40 a digital download, and my fans ate it up, you know what I'm saying? Because I felt like you can't tell me that my album is not worth a bag of weed.
Right.
Yeah,
40
exactly.
punk-ass dollars. You spend $100 on your sneakers, $200 on your sneakers.
I think
My
that's the
album
new
gonna live
model.
with you forever.
Oh, definitely.
That's the model right
Definitely
there.
the new model.
You know,
gotta
putting your album up as a digital download, $40, $50. I told him, you know, for example, like, you know, shout out to Stizzy, they hooked, you know, Eiht up with the box, right? I said, man, we need to do a program with them, man, where we put a CD up in that same box and have, you know, you go do in stores. You know, it's better, you know, if you sell 2,000 of those at $200, $300 a pop,
Exactly.
and you putting your album on, have it on the streaming platforms. But I know me as a core fan, if I see my favorite gangster rappers, the MC Eights of the world, the Scarfaces, the Q.
And I smoke weed too. Oh yeah, that's the perfect combination.
That's right.
Yeah.
Fuck it. I was gonna get the CD or download the shit or whatever, and I'm finna go get me some weed. So I'm
Now
gonna
they can
spend
smoke that shit in there and they can
I was
listen
gonna
to their
spend that. You know, I something else too. I'm gonna say we got to do with that.
Need us, pay us, man. If you
Something
need
else
us,
we
pay
can
us.
do with that and really have it like set off.